Once you've used that Blink Burrow Strike, kind of initiation there, all you've really got is the Ember, but he has some good chases. It's such a close draft, honestly. I think we're going to see a really, really close game between these two teams here.
Tim's Zeus.
Tim's Zeus, indeed, yeah. Tim's Zeus. That's
kind of interesting for me. Tim's has always been that player, that Earth Spirit, Sand King, go in, make action happen. Zeus doesn't feel like one of those heroes, you know, very much stand back, nuke people down. Let's see where we go.
Feels like a no-brainer.
Angry
hero.
TNC
like
looked in their picture.
Oh,
Goodness,
really?
they were ready to smash Vici off the map. God. Oh, I've changed my mind completely now. Based on that picture, I think TNC are just here to kill people. Crikey. Alrighty then, we do have a game on our hands. Vici Gaming versus TNC Predator as we get into this best of 2 series between these two matchups. And yeah, a lot to play on the line here.
Send it to our casters.
Send it to your casters, all right. Lacoste and Gareth, take it away, boys.
Yeah, he did a fist bump, but I was too slow to catch it on camera. I'm sorry, Lacoste, that's my bad. We've got time though.
There's a lot of chat wheel spamming.
There sure is. There we go. Everyone's calmed down now a little bit. And what we're seeing, pretty standard item build-ups, nothing too out of the ordinary. Double slippers on the sniper. Oh, look at that. 1.6k, 2,000 levels. Oh, 2.2. Cuckoo. Cuckoo, stop it.
Well,
These battle passes are massive.
Cuckoo's trying to buy himself an unban with buying way too many battle passes levels.
He's funded TI9 in Shanghai himself.
Jokes aside, the bottom lane, Zeus and Sanking. Usually Sanking buys the sentry for himself, but since he's playing with the Zeus, that means that they're gonna devour whatever center they put down there. So pretty good laning partner.
That's very clever. I did like the move from Disruptor just there. Catching the Ember Spirit as TNC tried to scout out ward positions in that mid lane. Disruptor gives him the old whack with the Thunder Strike. And Bounty Runes gonna get split out 2 for 2 across the map. So an even start for this laning stage. And how are we looking? Armel, Medusa in that mid spot against that sniper. And we know this matchup. First couple of levels, Medusa's okay, and then it gets really, really bad for the Medusa.
Sniper, I think Sniper has an upper hand at all levels,
yeah.
I'd say, but really depends how the first 2-3 waves go. Like if Sniper, why does Sniper looks like Io when you click on him? It's just a huge gun that he's holding.
What is an Io blaster? he shoots Ios. Just orbs everywhere. Sniper starts at 1-0, Dusa 2-0, so pretty good start for the Dusa, that first wave. As top lane, Yang on that Centaur. Retaliate stacks already built up, helped out by Fade against an Ember and an Oracle. They do have kill threat here onto AU's Oracle, potentially, if he oversteps. And even Gabby, early levels on Ember Spirit, he's not particularly strong. Sleight of Fist level 1 will secure him some CS and maybe a little bit of harass onto that Centaur, but you can see this trade battle between Fade and AU.
Yeah, you can't really trade
against Fade Bolt.
Yeah. I mean, it's Fade with Fade Bolt. How do you trade against that guy?
Yeah, the spell's named after him. It's impossible. Oh god, here we go. Retaliate damage. Yang's pumping it in.
Oh. Also, you do not want to harass Centaur early on. That's why he gets it level 1.
Oh yeah, so about that decent start for the Medusa going 2-0. She finally picks up another couple of CS there, but Ori is starting to stamp his mark on this laning stage.
And you can see him already bringing another Slippers and the full raid band. He's going to be using Courier a lot. Every single time I think raid band is ready, he's just going to bring it just for some extra damage and extra attack speed.
And that's the big difference. You know, Sniper's bringing out Wraith bands, Medusa's bringing out salves and regen.
I love the build. 2 points in headshot. You don't need the shrapnel.
This
but
is
let's
getting
see.
spicy.
Ori has the flask.
Oh dear. Oh.
Oof. Very fire.
Both of them will salve back up. What an interesting little trade battle between them. But all things considered, Sniper still getting the upper hand as he has a full wave coming in towards him. And another salve being delivered out. Yeah, look how many salves. Script's on point. He knows what to look out for. All this regen being traded back and forth. So down bottom, we've got Spectre farming away, 12-1, even with the sandstorming. Sand King here, and Tim's backing him up on that Zeus. Looks like DY has done a pretty good job controlling that lane equilibrium and harassing Tim's out. There's still pressure onto the Spectre, though, especially when Sand King and The Zeus, they get to level 3, they can output an awful lot of damage.
Yeah, you can see paparazzi there. I'm not sure if we caught that on camera. Range creep, tower hits him twice. He drops a quelling blade, hits it once, then picks it up, just to be sure that he's gonna grab that one.
Intelligent play. Armel in trouble. This is where things really do fall apart for the Medusa in that 1v1 matchup. But Ori onto the tower, taking a lot of damage, will likely fall here to that final hit. So they do trade back, but 464 gold for the sniper, 142 for the Medusa. Not worthwhile in the end.
Ember Spirit chasing that Rubik. Heal him up.
Stick charges there. Oh, Stomp not quite landing from Yang. Gabby and AU get a freebie. So all of that trading that Fade was doing gets undone by the Oracle. A pretty slow and steady start for both of these sides. Would you say that favors one or the other?
So far, 1k gold lead for Vici Gaming. I mean, Vici Gaming, in my opinion, has better late game with Sniper, Medusa, like Sniper and Spectre, sorry. What more can you ask for? So if they stomp the laning stage, this game's not looking good for TNC.
Especially if they catch Ember Spirit like this. A nice little grab, drag back into Stomp. AU is there to save the day, and Gabby escapes on 30 HP. Nice little Fortune's End. Oh dear. Did Ember Spirit have a Quelling Blade or a Tango? He did. Maybe could have cut through the trees to the north, but just gets caught.
I don't think it's worth it. Like, sometimes it's better
just to
for him to die. Yeah.
Tactical feed.
How much gold did he feed? 230 gold. That's... If you compare that to him running to base, then TPing back, I mean, he has a boost of speed, so yeah.
It's just the fact that you come back to lane immediately, right? Come back to lane, full HP, full mana again. Not necessarily about the gold or the itemization, just keeping that pressure going, making sure that you can just stay in your lane. Playing the lane now is so important. It's one of the big reasons we don't see these roaming heroes anymore, really, because you're stuck in the lane, kind of playing it, controlling stacks, pulls. Lane creeps are worth so much.
Yeah, and it seems like we're getting back into the game. You do not want to look at our ugly faces anymore.
Hey. Cuckoo. Dagger and Thunderstrike. So they're able to keep tabs on him no matter where he goes. They can see the trail of the dagger. Thunderstrike gives you a bit of vision as well. Still need those sentries to fully have that visibility over the SK. But around the 5-minute mark now, bounty runes are about to spawn up. Cuckoo and Tim's low on HP here and being pressured back a little bit. He's going to go for it and grabs it as well. Nice little burrow strike to escape. And Cuckoo, caught in the kinetic field, might still fall. Couple more hits uphill. The first one dodged. The stick charge is there. 2 misses uphill from DY. Unfortunate for the Disruptor, but unlikely to finish Cuckoo off regardless.
The one thing you just talked about, position force not rotating that much. You can see Haste Rune still being on bottom.
Yeah.
5.5 minutes in.
Here comes DY, but he's got no mana. Pop a Clarity, but I don't think moving mid lane is going to accomplish too much.
Ward and Suicide. Nope.
He's hunting for Dusa.
Okay, he has Clarity running. He's not going to Suicide.
One Thunderstrike and then run. I can't really make a play into here. Sniper doesn't have a way to close the gap and bridge over towards the dire jungle.
XP.
He's zooming. Look at him go. Oh, Clarity cancelled. Come on, Armel. Chasing him here. Is it worth it? Can you catch him? A Fortune's End? Maybe you can. In comes the Ember Spirit. Connect Field holds them, but they still blow him up.
Well, I was not wrong when I said that he's gonna Suicide.
Wrong place, wrong time, though.
Every single time I see Ember Spirit on safe lane, he just gets stomped every single time.
It's a real rough build-up for the Ember Spirit. And not having that bottle, not having the kind of immediate regen refill from the runes can be a little bit nasty. It looks like he's still going to try and go for the bottle build just to try and kind of remnant and TP back and forth.
Oh, Sanking Dusted on the bottom lane. Do they have a glimpse? He's level 4. He's actually high level because he stole that XP from Medusa. Spectre's going to hit level 6 after she gets one more CS.
Now, level 3 dagger, Soul Ring up and Haunt ready. This could be an opportunity if they're able to play off of that top lane. Rubik, Centaur could move into the jungle, look for the Deucer. Having a Haunt in there could bring Armel down. We know how much damage that this sniper brings to the table. And you can see the Rubik's pinging out the Medusa in the mid lane. Down bottom though, Cuckoo, even in the Sandstorm, the damage the DY brings absolutely shreds him.
I love that
Shrine
build on
time.
Disruptor. 2 points in Thunderstrike is so good since it gets from 45 to 70 damage. I'm not gonna say almost a double, but
It's almost double.
Yeah, but level 1 is really weak. Sometimes you regret going for that kind of a build because you want to put more points in Glimpse, but right now he is level 5.
Yeah, when you're ahead like this, it gives you a lot more cause to go for this kind of build.
And especially right now, he can afford to go for this kind of a build since in this 722 patch, there's 2 tomes, so
Yeah.
he's always going to grab one.
You'll always be able to make it up. Deucer has completely left mid lane now. He will come in and try and sap some experience. There's Yang sitting at 48 and 24. A massive amount of denies up against this Gabby Ember Spirit, who's at 26 and 0. Already looking towards that hood for the Centaur. They've left the Ember Spirit completely alone up here. Armel back into the triple camp. AU, yeah, he's just sitting mid, leeching experience. So TNC playing that waiting game, kind of biding their time until they get towards level 6 on Zeus. They get the Medusa up into her primary item, the Treads, the Yasha. And of course, Ember Spirit getting level 6 would be pretty handy as well to try and gap close onto this sniper, but Ori already level 8, triple Wraith Band, Treads up, and a Mask of Madness queued. That's down bottom. They've got the dust onto Sand King. Trying to chase him down here. Paparazzi, with the help of the kinetic field, they're shredding the poor six-legged bug, and they are gonna glimpse him back. But a quick burrow strike
Another
forward.
dagger.
Stampede there, and another dagger potentially will jump forward with a Haunt, and now look for more. Zeus will get caught and grabbed by this Fade Rubik to give Paparazzi an additional little kill. At the same time, Yang just shoves that tier 1 top with a Retaliate.
Looking pretty good for Vici Gaming. Also, there was a huge stack on the side where Sanking tried to farm it up with the Sandstorm, but Spectre, she stole 3 big creeps with Spectral Dagger.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I'm such a fan of this Soul Ring dagger build. We've even seen a lot of players now shift the level 15 talent to the dagger cooldown as well.
Yeah, 15 Desolate damage. That's probably one of the worst talents, level 15 talents in the game right now.
Especially with the Soul Ring build. So we've got Rubik with Arcanes, now making up a tri-lane bottom, just to give Paparazzi a little more breathing room. And also secure up the bounty runes now, as we can see some big stacks from TNC being built up for the Medusa, putting a lot of eggs into that Armel basket. They do need to start cracking level 6s soon. Tomes are ready though. Prime time. Zeus ulti, Oracle ulti, both very potent when we start to come into these team fights.
Paparazzi.
The tri-lane.
Oh, he does not know what he wants to go for right now. He's switching between the Fusel Blade and the Manta style. Like, against Medusa, Ember, Zeus, just having that extra lockdown and mana burn will get him a lot of kills. Even though Manta style gives you a lot more survivability.
I find it's one of those weird spots where they've picked Spectre kind of under the pretense or maybe expecting to have to go Blade Mail, Diffusal Blade, Yasha, Manta, whatever it may be. But this is the kind of laning stage as they do catch Tim's mid. Quick and easy grab onto the Zeus. Dispatch him with no problems whatsoever. Now back to the Spectre. Having such a great laning stage, you may fall into the... I don't want to say fall into the trap. You may feel that you can go for the Radiance a little bit earlier on just because of the way the game is going. Getting a much better laning phase than maybe they'd expected. As TNC, they gather multiple heroes to sit in behind that Medusa, expecting a move onto the tier 1 mid. Defend their towers and try and keep that jungle safe. That tier 1's so important in the mid lane to secure the Medusa's farm. Thunder goes around to scout DY. Ember Spirit in there pretty simply. DY very deep. He didn't place any observer wards, or he did place one, but not as deep as maybe they were looking. There's the one that he did get down, but TNC pinging much, much deeper in that jungle area.
He should rename himself to Deep Y.
He was very deep.
The problem is Ember Spirit did not have a good laning stage and has Medusa as her mid laner, which means that she's not gonna make any movements around the map. So there's gonna be a lot of on Cuckoo's shoulders, even though he's 0-3 and 0. He needs to make something happen, and you can see the rotation from him trying to make something happen on a mid lane. And as you mentioned, Spectre, now she switches back to Radiance, at least that's what's queued up, because she realizes that they are ahead, they don't have to rush anything, and if she can pull it off, that's going to be, like, it's the greatest item on Spectre.
Yeah, it's one of those weird, wonderful situations where you feel that you are ahead of the curve in this regard. Your laning stage has gone exceptionally well given the circumstances. And Armel building up bank, now 6,200 net worth with that big old ancient stack. Is this a hero that you particularly worry about as Vici? You've got a couple of ways of dealing with her. Sniper, first and foremost. That primary kind of counter to the Medusa. But if TNC are able to put her on the front lines and have the backup of Ember, Sand King, Zeus, and the save potential of the Oracle, Medusa could still be problematic here for Vici Gaming.
Yeah, now Centaur has enough money to buy a Blink Dagger, and Vici Gaming will start playing aggressively. Like, they also have a Stampede on top of it, and he has a Hood, so there's going to be a lot of damage mitigation from all the magical damage that TNC has. Like, if you compare what Yang has and what Cuckoo has right now, like there's a really big gap.
Blink versus Crown. There's a pretty massive gap there between the two of them. And Yang is immediately going to pivot off this Blink pickup, start to look for plays. There's the smoke, straight out with DY, who is ready with the Static Storm. Do they want to try and find the Medusa? They've got a two-hero setup mid, and the Stampede will allow Faye to charge forward. The Stone Gaze gets off, though. Armel maybe not expecting the right-hand flank here. Tim's being absolutely shredded, and now the False Promise wasted. So they jump the Medusa in the back. Static Storm's down to Armel, and away he goes. Assassinate doesn't even get cast. He dies so quickly as Tim's saved by AU, and the jump towards the back end. Gabby's looking for Fade, but the Sandstorm from Cuckoo does very little to damage down that Rubik. And TNC fall back to Shrine, but a Blink Stomp again from Yang. No follow through.
Not care at this point. Just pops a Hood. He even has a Power Treads. Almost 2,000 HP, 14 minutes. Pretty tough to kill. Gabby gets the Tower Deny on the mid lane.
Blink and Hood. Centaur is a big boy now. 6,500 net worth, 700 ahead of that Ember Spirit even. And the map starts to get pretty small for TNC, losing that top tier 1, mid tier 1, and very likely Vici Gaming will group for these bottom bounty runes 15 minutes in, and also that kind of final initial objective, that tier 1 down bottom potentially, to shift the efforts of TNC away from the farming areas, keep the Medusa active, which she doesn't want to be. She wants to be very passive, farming away. Which is something that Ori is doing excellently as well. With Maelstrom nearly completed, everything is slotting into place for Vici Gaming.
It's only 3,000 net worth lead for them, but it feels like it's way more.
Yeah, I mean, 3,000 net worth on the Spectre is unspent, right? Yeah. But it's also about the actual items they're building. You think about the strength or the power of these items coming out. The Blink Dagger, they're very powerful items, yeah. You know, the Veil on Sand King, it gives them some leeway in team fights, but if he gets glimpsed back and jumped like this, even with the Fate's Edict on him, still being absolutely ripped apart. Nice Burrow Strike catches the two on the way through, and Gabby's arrival looks for DY. Cuckoo finished off though, and DY survives. They don't get the takedown on him, so Gabby has to retreat with some more remnants. Oh, Ori, leave him alone, Ori. A Blink Stomp onto two. Yang catches another couple, beautifully done, but the False Promise on the Tims keeps him up and running, while Yang, the tower, the stick charge is there, so he'll stay alive through it. Gabby, Tims, and Armel left to defend this bottom tier 1 with 4 heroes still alive on Vici Gaming.
They still can't take a real 5-on-5 fight because Sand King does not have a Blink Dagger. He has a Veil, which is great with Ember Spirit, Mystic Snake, and especially Zeus. But the problem is, if they get close, they're just going to get stomped by a Centaur, which we've seen, and another smoke from Vici Gaming.
Yeah, the Veil pickup on the Sand King leaves you now with only one way to gap close onto the Sniper as well, and that's the Ember Spirit. Do you really want to be putting this Ember Spirit in such an aggressive, potentially overextended position?
He can't commit right now to get close to a sniper. If Disruptor ulti is ready, he's gonna die. Does not have a defensive item yet.
Here we go. Cuckoo, get level 10. Bless Mamadusa, farming ancient camps. Give me experience. And I'll set up and mount a defense down bottom, but here, look at this. Paparazzi Spectre, a couple 100 gold away from the Radiance.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Getting real strong on that Spectre.
Dire's structures.
Maybe that's the reason why Sand King didn't go for the Blink. Afraid of that early Radiance. Potency of Blink gets nullified almost by the Radiant Horn.
Yeah, I'm not saying he should have gone for Blink Dagger first item. That's never a good choice, in my opinion. Except in certain situations where everything else is going fine, you just need someone to start a fight with. But it feels like there's always a better item to go for. Like either sometimes you see Sand Kings buying Urn, just as they have some extra sustain, heal, and maybe even Hood Pipe if you're playing against a lot of magical damage. And now the things are looking rough. Centaur has his ulti up, Spectre Haunt ready. She's gonna pop a shrine to heal up.
That courier, Scriff clicked on the courier and it's like there's an Ogre Axe, there's a Pipe recipe, there's a Radiance recipe, everything is coming up Vici Gaming right now. Their items, and this is what we were talking about in the previous series, is that synchronization, the timings. It's not necessarily one hero, one timing, it's how everything coalesces together.
Spectre had Radiance here. I mean, Radiance and Aghanims, just kidding. Aghanim Scepter is cool on Spectre. Like,
I love it. I tried it the other day, and I actually love it. It allows you to cycle. Like, you can cycle. Like, you know, you think about heroes getting picked, like Shadow Shaman and DK, for instance, where you Serpent Ward's a tier 1, DK ulti tier 2, and you cycle them, right? Use one, wait for the cooldown, use the other. With Spectre, you don't have to wait for Horn, because you have that 70-second cooldown mini Horn where you can jump onto a target and catch him.
But you need to have a vision of the target.
Cuckoo. The sacrifice in this game, it appears. Far too many deaths on that poor Sand King. As Vici, they close the net around their opponents. Look to shove out that bottom lane, get in on top of that tier 1 at long last. They've already got the double wards up in the dire jungle, and they're going to catch Armel here. Yang, no mana remaining, so Armel mantas out. Slithers away, the glimpse onto Gabby, dodged by the Remnant jump. Nice pick off onto Fade. That's a killing spree. And a lot of money going into Armel's pockets. A bit of an overextension from Vici Gaming. But yeah, with the double wards that the Radiant have up in the dire jungle, process of elimination, they know where the Medusa is. If she's not up there, she's farming triangle, and if she's farming triangle, she probably has multiple heroes around her.
You can see both teams having vision of enemy shrine.
Oh, DD Deuce coming. They do blow up Tims, but they need to get out now. Vici Gaming, I don't think you can fight Armel with a double damage rune. I don't know if they saw it. And Armel's like, I don't want to fight either. I want to go farm jungle creeps with my double damage. I do give up on that bottom tier 1, Vici. Not going to commit for anything just yet. Like you were saying, they're still in this position where they can wait for that Sniper BKB. They can wait for the Manta Style on Spectre. The primary items, they're nice on Vici, but the secondary items are the game winners. They are the team fight swings.
Yeah, usually
Blink. Fade. Going to get Burrow Struck. He's reasonably tanky here with the stick charges and the turnaround. Burrow Strike stolen, reused. Now Ayo and Armel looking for Fade, Caustic, and had that soul release on him from the Urn of the Oracle.
Nicely done. I forgot what I was about to say. Yeah, Sniper. Usually snipers build towards Hurricane Pikes, but in this kind of a game, everything they have right now is magical. So by him having a BKB early on, even if they close the gap, they can't really touch him.
At this stage, you really do have to start looking at the outs for TNC. What are their chances of winning a fight? What do they have to do to make these engagements at least go their way, even slightly? And you've got to think that Burrow Strike with the Blink Dagger, the Ember Remnants onto the Sniper have to be there. You've got to catch out that Sniper. But then how do you kill the Spectre? How do you deal with Paparazzi?
It feels like they have way too many targets to focus on right now, and they don't have the tools. Zeus, still 2,000 gold away from Aghanim Scepter.
At this point, TNC might have to start thinking about really rallying the troops and pushing forward. Let the bottom tier 1 fall, try and maybe take the mid tier 1 themselves. But it's getting to the stage of the game where Medusa has to start playing Dota 2. She has to put herself on the front line, start plinking away at these towers, try and move towards objectives. She is top net worth and top level in the game.
Yeah, she's playing Farming Simulator right now. Soon, once that Scotty is up,
Once she stacks the hay
switch.
bales.
Yes.
Well, there goes that tier 1. At long last, TNC give it up, hand it over to Vici Gaming. And now we see the smoke probably into the dire jungle north to secure Roshan, or under an observer board. They see it coming. I think there should be a long smoke from Vici Gaming to secure the top half of the map. Because they want to reward, they want to take dire jungle, but most importantly, they want Roshan.
You can see Sniper staying one step ahead of Medusa. Like, he has Maelstrom, which procs go through the evasion, and has MKB queued up because he knows after Medusa gets Scotty, she's gonna build
Smoke into smoke. Ember tries to make the jump, so there is no blink stomp, and Rubik removed. Nice stack Storm will catch the Medusa as they lose Cuckoo and force the buybacks. Fade returns to the battlefield, but look at Armel get shredded. Ori, the long range right clicks. Armel doesn't stand a chance. This Medusa has to manta and run, and Timms gives his body, gives his life, gets false promised and survives as they do Fate's Edict and try and get Armel out of danger with the Fate's Edict from Oracle, but it's too little too late. Ori stands his ground, battles on through. They lose the Centaur and Paparazzi's low, but they don't get that finishing blow on that Spectre. Gabby's Remnant away will buy him time, but will it buy him life? Oh, there was no assassinate. I heard the gun cock, but they don't get those additional kills on the tail end of the fight. Still a couple of buybacks from both teams. Vici Gaming very much in the driving seat.
They baited Oracle to use his ulti on Zeus there, and then Medusa was left hanging. She did not have any mana, no Stone Gaze to pop. Pretty easy and very nice execution from Vici Gaming. They don't have the best Roche lineup, but if they take one more fight like this, they're gonna easily transition that into Roche.
And that's not the first time either. That's the second or third fight in a row that we've seen Timms have the false promise on him, because he's kind of frontlining here. And maybe it comes back to what we were talking about earlier, where Timms, historically on TNC has played those initiating frontline heroes that get involved from a very early stage.
Just get 2 bracers and tank holder stuff with Zeus.
He needs Aghanim. Yang looking for him, but Zeus, Timms, very sneaky, barely dodges away from that jump of Yang's Centaur. Oh, I would like to see TNC make the first move, though. A couple of these fights, they've looked, they've not looked completely out of their grasp. Spectre nearly died in that previous fight. The Sniper, kind of got away from them. Couldn't keep tabs on Ori too much. But if TNC are the ones that smoke and initiate with a good Burrow Strike and remnants from this Ember Spirit, maybe bait the Medusa when you're pushing an objective.
Their vision gaming is extremely strong. Once they pop the Haunt, you have Disruptor with the Thunder Strike. Centaur in the front lines, it's a guaranteed glimpse. So if they grab a kill, they're gonna turn it into 2 kills, and looking pretty good for Vici Gaming right now.
And Centaur getting close to unkillable at this point. Pipe, Crimson Guard is done. On top of that Blink Dagger, of course. So Yang very, very much so can play that frontliner. TNC without the Sand King. Grouped up down bottom, and this is awkward for them. Oracle gets jumped, forced to Fate's Edict himself. They do manage to get Timms and Armel out until the glimpse back. Manta is there to buy a bit of space. Armel still being dived behind this tier 2 tower. Pops out the Stone Gaze in epicenter with a blink. Cuckoo wants in. The Spectre does get jumped. And down she goes. Vici Gaming overextending, but they've got the Sniper, the fallback plan. It is Ori right-clicking away. Armel, he is destroyed. And Vici Gaming, they move forward. The bulldozer never stops.
They have this backup carry. If you kill Spectre, there's Sniper, and the other way around. Centaur pretty much unkillable at this point. He can blink in, do whatever he wants. Just try to TNC, bait some spells. That's a full Crimson and Pipe.
Can you DD into Roshan here?
Of course you can. Centaur, he has 13 retaliate charges. That's going to be more than enough.
When you said Sniper was going MKB,
yeah.
I kind of thought, in a couple of minutes, but he has MKB done.
is under attack.
Solar Crest for the Ember Spirit, the Eternal Envy build. The fallback plan of the fallback plan. And here we go, Roshan for Vici Gaming. DD Sniper with the Mask of Madness, wailing away at the big man. And absolutely nothing TNC can do to stop this. No contest, no scouting. They
can see them. They actually saw them coming in with the sword.
Zeus ulti. The Remnant, interesting placement. They give Paparazzi that Aegis. Vici right now don't see too much of what TNC are doing apart from the heroes showing on the lanes. We do have a couple farming back in the triangle now. Ember Spirit on his side of the map. But it really is just this Zeus up top lane saying, hey, look at me, I'm here, pushing out waves. Aghanim Scepter 500 gold away for Tims. But I often feel like in these kind of games where you're starting to, lose little by little, you're getting chipped away at, you need to make a drastic move at some point. If you don't, you're just, letting the game play itself out. You're letting your opponents get these advantages across the map, getting map control, taking objectives like Roshan, tier 2s. And you have a big Medusa. You have something to play off the back of. If you put Armel up towards these tier 1s. But I think it really is just waiting for Zeus Aghanims at this point.
Yeah, that's the item that could make a difference in a team fight if they don't manage to bring it down, or if they just protect it with the Ember Spirit, Stone Gaze, or a good Barrow Strike.
Well, Vici didn't have any wards, but they've got a Centaur who's just running deep in behind enemy lines. Gabby gives a little wave to Paparazzi. Quick little searing chains as he walks on by. And tier 2 mid will be the next port of call here for Vici Gaming. As this map has become minuscule for TNC, they have to bunker down inside their own base, up their ramps. But if you have Yang breaching high ground here and Sniper just whacking onto towers, you will need to make a move. Seems like Paparazzi not too intent on joining his team, pushing out that top wave completely. And Vici Gaming may think about playing the plateau here. Play that bottom Dire Shrine area to ping between mid and bottom lane, keep the waves pushed out as effectively as possible. That's finally Armel.
Oh, if they can fight Sniper, this is big, but he uses a BKB.
And he's going to kill Cuckoo here as well, potentially. No, even with the help of the Sentry Wall, they don't get it. The Static Storm's down and Oracle's gone. No buyback here for AU, so no false promise. And Armel trapped inside of all that damage, forced to Stone Gaze and try and run away. But the glimpse back, the displacement abilities here from Vici Gaming, proving to be too potent. And even with a buyback on this Medusa ready and available, it all just feels too little too late. Blake Stomp. If they can kill Ember Spirit here, I would not be surprised to see the GGs coming. That's Gabby gone, and tier 3s are fallen.
Medusa also has a buyback if she wants to use it. No Stone Gaze whatsoever.
There are no tier 2s here, so it's an easy transition for Vici Gaming to go to another full lane of barracks. As Armel does buy back, and they've jumped to the back lines, Ori's gone. Big pickoff. TNC, they are not giving up. Still here to play as they jump towards Fade. No control to stop his TP. And Paparazzi with the Aegis still in hand, scouted by the Obs Ward. He does get a dagger down to the low ground. Off he goes, the chains into the Manta style. The damage from the Purifying Flames not enough to finish him off. The Aegis finally goes. And surrounded by TNC heroes, this is a juicy kill to grab. Two massive cores, one big streak, and a decent amount of gold there from the Spectre being picked up. 1,400 into the pockets of the Sand King. They lose half a lane of barracks. The melee does fall mid. But they defend their base, most importantly.
That's a lot of gold for that Spectre kill. Ideally, you would want to get it on Medusa. And you can see Medusa shifting her items. You do not want to get Butterfly at this point, because there's already an MKB on Sniper.
Had enough of the Static Storm and the glimpse by a BKB.
It never feels good when you have to buy BKB on Medusa this early. Especially since you have Oracle in your team.
It's been a rough game for AU. Either he's been, forced to pop ulti on the Zeus, or, suboptimal targets for his false promises or Fate's edicts.
Yeah, because the game is not going well for him, and you're playing against Spectre,
Centaur jumping you.
It's really tough situation where he is in right now.
Oh, don't tell me Yang has a full Ags. Yang has a full axe. Here we go. So this gives them so much more leeway in team fights. We were talking about the outs, the possibilities for TNC to win team fights, and it was a good defense of their base just then, costing them some buybacks, and the immediate jumps onto that sniper who had already used the BKB was pretty key. But now with that additional effectiveness from Stampede and a Hurricane Pike on sniper, I don't think Ori is going to be in a similar position again. Smoke through the jungle now for Vici. They're not going to find anyone because TNC,
Radiant are scanning.
they are waiting this one out. They've been told, sit in your house. Don't leave.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
They still have the Haunt of Spectre as well, just in case they did find anybody. Paparazzi perpetually pushing out these side lanes to allow them to connect in onto another lane of barracks, potentially.
They're gonna kill the shrine, so they can't be backstab unless TNC uses a smoke.
And it's such a nice place to play off as well, that Dire bottom shrine. If you're the Radiant, you're able to push out 2 lanes at the same time, connecting onto multiple tier 3s. And it looks like Vici Gaming here will be eyeing up the second Roshan
Shrine is under attack.
in the next coming minutes. Take out that top shrine and again remove these points of ingress from TNC, stop them from having access to the majority of the map.
It's going to be perfect timing for Vici Gaming if they manage to kill Roche once it spawns, if they have vision on him. Catapults, double catapults will spawn at 35-minute mark, and they're gonna push right after.
That is if Roshan
He
spawns
has
in
to
time.
spawn.
He does have to spawn, yes. What's the timer looking like? It was like 40 seconds until fast spawn. It was a minute and a half until fast spawn. Cuckoo,
I
full
did the
pipe,
math,
boots of
Gary,
travel.
don't doubt me.
Oh, I don't-
Catapult spawn at 35 minutes, then they need some time to meet with the creep wave. It's going to be around 36.27 when they reach the base, if I'm correct. Yeah.
Alrighty, nice mana dodge on the stomp there. Medusa still being removed of her mana, forced to BKB, and that is not ideal. Looking to TP back to Fountain as well. As Vici Gaming, with only 2 or 3 heroes in that mid lane, I guess the threat of the Haunt was still there. Oh, no, it wasn't. Paparazzi had already used it. Armel just being a bit spooked. Never know when that second initiation, that jump is going to come in. And the vision here, you can see how tight it is from Vici Gaming. It's being pinged out by TNC. They've got a good idea of where some of these observer wards are. But they can't leave their base without being spotted. That should lead to quadruple bounty runes, an illusion rune for Paparazzi so he can farm jungle, push out multiple lanes with those illus, having the radiance burn on them. AU here. Risky mission. Yang is eyeing him up. He knows Oracle's around, and there's the Blink Stomp, catching AU immediately. Can he get a spell off? Not with a stack storm down, he bloody well can't. He's silenced. And the rest of TNC, they are wandering around, wondering what to do. With Oracle gone for 45 seconds, do they fight? Do they run? Well, they've got no choice now. Timms gets dragged back by the glimpse, and he's gone for 65 with buyback available, but another grab. Telekinesis this time. Armel, he's brought back in to face off against Fade, but they've left Fade alone. Ori from the high ground will try and chip away at the Medusa and Ember. A buyback from Rubik with another glimpse. There's Armel right next to Ori. The damage from the sniper, not quite enough. He's forced the Hurricane Pike back and away from the Stone Gaze. DY needs to save Ori's sniper here. And with the Stampede, the Nimbus on top of the sniper, he's gone. Ori's blown up.
Armel's gone. He does not have a buyback. 2 minutes.
Paparazzi arrives. The real carry is here now. Ember Spirit, Gabby, trying to get as much done as he can. He will find a kill on the exit, but with no remnants remaining, he'll slight and he'll die where he stands. Ember and Medusa, dead
Gary,
for so
what did I tell
long.
you? Siege creeps. They're going to reach the base. 36-27. Check this out. There it is.
You are so good. How do you do this? Blink Epicenter in from Sanking onto 3. It is looking all right, but it's not looking beautiful. It was a good attempt, Cuckoo, but these guys are so damn tanky. The dieback of Fade, it will be there as Paparazzi, he's trying his best. He's He's dancing around. He's running circles around TNC. And Spectre untouchable as Cuckoo's still trying, desperately scrambling to chase him down, but it's not gonna happen. 2 heroes remain on the side of TNC, and it's a Sand King and an Oracle to defend your base against 3 hungry Vici Gaming cores. And when one of them is an Ori sniper, what can you do?
Dire's bottom
Ori's full HP, has BKB ready, they can't get close. If one tries to be in range, he's just gonna die. And Yang, level 24, has retaliate damage on level 20. Man, he's so farmed. He died once in this game, 4-1-22. They found Sniper.
Cuckoo did find Sniper. Do they have people TPing to Shrine? Nimbus comes out. Yang and Ori have the help of Paparazzi. Spectre here again. Jumping forward. Cuckoo, Radiance burned. He will waddle back to base.
Dire's bottom barracks.
As Vici Gaming, they reset. Roshan is alive. It is time. Okay, DY.
Okay, that's a lot of pings.
DY is like, guys, stop messing around bottom lane. Roshan's up, take the regen.
Dire are scanning.
So that's gonna be Cheese and Aegis. They lost the second melee rack. Range 1 is about to fall. Unhealable damage.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Man, Medusa still has 2 raid bans at this point.
Oh, Cuckoo, he goes in, tries to catch Ori, but there's a static storm keeping the Sand King locked in place. He wanted to try and grab whatever he could, Aegis, Cheese, a kill, whatever it may be, but Armel overextends, forced the BKB very early on in this fight. They will get DY with Gabby there, and a Stone Gaze to delay the potential inevitable. Gabby just holding his ground. That's an interesting remnant. Jumps left, jumps right, BKBs himself, but it is full retreat for TNC.
Top tower has fallen.
Oh, and a lift up. Cancels the TP of Tim's. Dead with no buyback as Oracle respawns. So at least they will have 3 heroes on the battlefield to try and defend their tier 4s as Paparazzi and Yang, they arrive.
You know what I say, Gary, when it's time to call it?
It's time to call it. Armel's going to give it one more go. Medusa, let's see what you can do. It is 2 versus 4 at this point. Sure enough, you got your Ember and your Medusa, but you don't have a throne anymore, so GG's will get called. And game 1 goes the way of Vici Gaming. 26,000 net worth lead. Pretty massive stomp there.
Yeah, pretty powerful performance by Vici Gaming there.
Powerful.
Spectre had a good laning stage. She managed to survive. Sniper also had a good laning stage for himself. And they had 2 carries who could pretty much do whatever they want. And how many times they got a pick off with a Centaur and then turned into another kill with the Glimpse and Hunt.